It's so hard from how to fix the problem of ideological bubbles. Like, how did we end up discussing e-thoughts from like ideological bubbles?
We're talking about Instagram.
And anyways, what's your solution to
Number 6, my solution to the ideological fragmentation.
Yeah, because you've only been adding counterpoints.
I think it's gonna resolve itself over time. But it's just, I'm an optimist in that regard. But also, I don't think you can solve this problem without being authoritarian in one way or another.
You sound like my dad.
How do I sound like your dad, dude?
No, you just do, man. My dad doesn't believe in democracy.
No, I'm not advocating authoritarianism. I'm just saying that I don't know how it can be solved without a degree of limiting some people's freedoms or forcing people to engage in an activity that they don't really want to or ready to. You know, because how do you get people to empathetically listen to each other? Like, how do you get a Black Lives Matter activist to like have a charitable conversation with?
Are you gonna get
Ben Shapiro? Stop funding the ideas, man. Too many stupid things are getting too much funding.
You don't need to fund ideas anymore on the internet.
Oh, the things are getting funding.
Of course they're getting funding, but you don't need to fund it.
But so who do you want to not fund these ideas?
I don't know, brother. Yeah, I'm just saying.
You see, now you've introduced authoritarianism. You want to force people to not give some people money in order to do.
Yeah, but there needs to be a degree of transparency in economic transactions.
No, of course. It's an oligarchy then if Zach is allowed to dictate how the ideological warfare plays out.
But that's exactly what it is now.
Yeah, but isn't that how it's always been? How is that different from now? How is that different from like 500 years ago?
But I mean, the ideas move so fast now. But no, people are still being like, bro. Even if you watch movies these days, bro. Even like, let me tell you something, man.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about it. We all watched episode 3 here, right? Game of Thrones.
Episode 3 of Game of Thrones. Yeah, Game of Thrones.
They're going so hard to push this like Kusa yes narrative.
How was that pushed?
I just don't think, was the Night King really supposed to die like that?
No, I think the context of how he died was fucking stupid. The fact that it was Arya who killed him, to me, isn't intrinsically problematic. It's just the context of how it happened. Yeah. Like you could have made Arya kill him in such a way more badass way.
She could have actually fought the Chuck.
Yeah, you know,
now she's out here. She disappears in like minute 37. Not it's too early. Minute like 47, 57 of the episode.
Something.
And
because I think it was an hour and a half long.
Yeah, so but 90 is then the hour and a half.
Yeah. So it was like maybe like minutes.
So she disappears and then she just literally drops out.
Literally teleports.
You know, I get she was an assassin, and I get she was at the many-faced people.
No, then why wasn't she wearing a face?
Exactly.
At least.
Because I'm like, how your whole gang of your A1 Day 1 White Walker niggas are right there.
And they ain't doing shit.
They ain't done shit.
How they missed this? How they missed this? Yeah. Nah, but exactly. They and also another like.
Nah, man.
I feel like the sacrifices were made in the name of entertainment, and I get.
100%. I think they sacrificed realism in order to create dope shots and unexpected moments.
Yeah, like the Night King being impervious to fire.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of the decisions just felt cheap. That entire episode just felt cheap.
Well, listening to the director's take on it afterwards, you can tell that these niggas are just trying to entertain.
Yeah.
And it's not really so much anymore about.
But they're trying to entertain the fucking plebs. That's what happens.
Exactly.
That's what happens when hardcore shit goes mainstream.
It's too big now.
And here I am being a pretentious elitist in the nature of content production, but I don't give a fuck. I am a pretentious elitist in the nature of content production. Fucking making shit stupid so that stupid people can fuck with it. Fuck Game of Thrones. Sorry, that was a rant.
So it's propaganda. That one.
No, I don't think it's propaganda necessarily. I'd say Endgame was propaganda, like how all the ghee just like assembled out of nowhere.
Dude, I feel like that propaganda is everywhere.
Like it was a moment.
Everything is propaganda.
Yeah.
Everything is propaganda, man. Did you see how America stood back up?
Oh yeah.
Just kidding, we're not gonna do that podcast. We're not gonna be that.
Although I don't mind indulging in that type of thought on occasion. Because there is a lens through which you could create a valid argument that all media is propaganda for something.
But there is a lot of Guza yes propaganda, which is what I'm going to call it on the internet, so the algos don't find me.
But Guzai, you're just going to use what? Obscure slang.
Just Guza yes.
Guza yes propaganda.
Guza.
You know that this is gonna need to be snippeted
What?
and given an SEO friendly name,
SEO?
search engine
Optimization.
friendly.
They call it gynocentrism.
I quit.
That's what
the algorithm.
that's what the
Elbows are
manosphere.
listening.
Let's get the manosphere up in this bitch. Let's get the manosphere up in this bitch. Huh? Gynarchy. That's what they call this shit.
Gynarchy.
Big Tower and Co. They're like, yeah, gynocentrism.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we may
Uh-huh.
have a swing in power.
Yeah, but I don't mind it, bro. Let them have their moment in the sunshine, bro. Let's see what they do with this power.
Let's try out
No,
this
it'll just be interesting to observe.
Exactly. It's an experiment for me. I'm just like, oh, okay. Women want to make men sit down and shut the fuck up.
If it's not a
Go ahead.
matriarchy and it's not a
Go ahead. See what you do.
Patriarchy, then what
what's
is
it
it?
called?
A matriarchy or
If it's
patriarchy?
not a matriarchy
Yeah.
and it's not a patriarchy,
Then what
Yes.
is
then what is it called?
equality?
I guess. Huh?
Wow.
There's no
That doesn't exist.
No, because then you can still because then you can
Humanity?
still. I don't know, because you can still get a gender equal
Should
like
take
what
the
like
man out of humanity.
what then it becomes what a technocracy, a democracy, because you get you can
Yeah, no, what is
hypothetically
it? Plutocracy?
you could hypothetically have gendered versions of all of these social organizations. You know, you could have like a matriarchal oligarchy, for instance.
Neoliberal capitalism.
You know, there's no reason why neoliberal capitalism can't exist but run by women. There's no reason why, hypothetically, I don't think, unless you're getting into questions about gender essentialism and how women are intrinsically unsuited for holding positions of power in mass.
Someone.
Unless that's the argument you're making, I don't see why that can't exist. And I'm curious to see what they do with it, because if this shouldn't happen, if this is destined to be an L, you know what I mean? If somehow this is going to lead to a maladaptive outcome, let them fall on their own swords. You know
Because
what I mean? Like,
fundamentally,
whatever, who gives a shit?
because more fundamentally, I don't understand the resistance.
Or the resistance?
Yeah.
I think it's just people who are afraid of losing power and privilege that they once had.